Basketball is a game of heart, hustle, and never giving up. Some of the most unforgettable moments in NBA history come from teams that were down, counted out, but fought back against all odds to win. These comebacks show the power of teamwork, determination, and belief. They remind us why we love sports, because anything can happen until the final buzzer. In this video, we'll dive into the most inspiring NBA comebacks that left fans speechless and players legendary. Get ready for stories of epic turnarounds that prove no lead is safe and no deficit is too big. First, Utah Jazz versus Denver Nuggets, 1996. Imagine being down by 36 points at halftime. Most teams would give up, but not the Utah Jazz on November 27, 1996. Facing the Denver Nuggets at home, the Jazz trailed 70-34 at the break. The crowd was quiet, and hope seemed lost. But led by Karl Malone, who scored 31 points, and Jeff Hornacek with 29 points, the Jazz roared back. They held Denver to just 33 points in the second half, while scoring 71 themselves. The final score? A stunning 107-103 Jazz victory. This remains the biggest single-game comeback in NBA history, showing that even the largest deficits can be overcome with grit and teamwork. Second, Sacramento Kings versus Chicago Bulls, 2009. On December 21st, 2009, the Sacramento Kings were getting crushed by the Chicago Bulls, trailing 79-44 in the third quarter. With just 8:49 left in the period, it looked like a blowout, but the Kings, powered by Tariq Evans' 23 points, flipped the script. They outscored Chicago 52-19 in the final stretch, stealing a 102-98 win. This tied for the second largest comeback in NBA history, proving that momentum can shift in a heartbeat when a team refuses to quit. The Kings' rally stunned the Chicago crowd and showed the power of belief. Third, Clippers versus Wizards, 2022. On January 25th, 2022, the Los Angeles Clippers found themselves buried alive by the Washington Wizards. Trailing 66-31 at halftime, fans were already heading for the exits. Most teams would have folded, accepted the loss, packed it up, and moved on. But not this group. With stars missing and bench players leading the charge, Amir Coffey and Luke Kennard sparked something special. The Clippers came out in the second half like a different team, pressuring on defense, hitting threes, and chipping away at the lead. As the minutes ticked down, belief crept in. Then, with just 1.9 seconds left, Kennard drained a clutch 4-point play, putting the Clippers ahead 116-115 and completing the second largest comeback in NBA history, tying the Sacramento Kings' 35-point rally. This wasn't just a win, it was a message. No lead is safe and momentum is everything. The Wizards were stunned, the Clippers were heroes, and basketball fans everywhere were reminded of why you never change the channel. Fourth, Clippers versus Warriors, 2019 playoffs. The NBA playoffs are unforgiving. When you're down big, you're usually down for good, especially against a powerhouse like the Golden State Warriors, stacked with stars like Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson. But on April 15th, 2019, the Los Angeles Clippers refused to follow the script. Down 94-63 midway through the third quarter, the game looked over. Yet Lou Williams went nuclear, dropping 36 points, while Montrezl Harrell bullied his way to 25 points in the paint. They cut the lead, then slashed it. Suddenly, it was a game. Then came Landry Shamet's dagger three-pointer with 15.9 seconds remaining, sealing a 135-131 win and capping off a mind-blowing 31-point comeback, the largest in NBA playoff history. In an arena filled with shocked Warriors fans, the Clippers proved that hustle, heart, and fearless play could topple giants. This wasn't just a game, it was a full-blown miracle on hardwood. Fifth, Celtics versus Lakers, 2008 Finals. When the stakes are at their highest, comebacks hit different. In Game 4 of the 2008 NBA Finals, the Boston Celtics were facing the mighty Los Angeles Lakers, down 45-21 in the second quarter. It looked like LA would tie the series and grab momentum, but Boston had other plans. Led by Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and a suffocating defense, the Celtics outscored the Lakers 31-15 15 in the third quarter and tied the game early in the fourth. With just over 4 minutes to go, they snatched the lead and never gave it back, winning 97-91. The 24-point comeback wasn't just stunning, it was pivotal. It gave Boston a 3-1 series lead and paved the way for their 17th championship. On the biggest stage, against their fiercest rivals, the Celtics reminded everyone that championship DNA shines brightest under pressure. 6th Bucks vs. Hawks, 1977. On November 25th, 1977, the Milwaukee Bucks were down 111-82 to the Atlanta Hawks with just 8:43 left in the fourth quarter. That's not just a loss, that's a humiliation. Except the Bucks weren't finished. What happened next was pure chaos. Milwaukee exploded with a 35-4 run led by Junior Bridgman's 24 points and erased the deficit in a blink. They stormed all the way back and somehow pulled off a 117-115 victory. This remains the largest fourth quarter comeback in NBA history, and it's not just a stat, it's a life lesson. Even with the clock running out and the odds stacked high, anything is possible. One defensive stop, one three-pointer, one spark, and the whole game changes. 7th, Trailblazers vs. Mavericks, 2011 playoffs. Sometimes a comeback becomes legendary, not just for the numbers, but for the soul behind it. In the 2011 NBA playoffs, the Portland Trailblazers were getting crushed by the Dallas Mavericks, down by 23 points in Game 4. The crowd was silent and hope was fading, until Brandon Roy took the game into his own hands. Roy, battling a degenerative knee condition that had derailed his once bright career, put on a fourth quarter clinic. He dropped 24 points, hitting step-back threes, floaters, and drawing fouls like it was 2009 all over again. Portland tied the game, then edged out an 84-82 win in a building that exploded with emotion. Though the Blazers would lose the series, this moment felt like a victory, especially for Roy, who would retire shortly after. This game became his final masterpiece, a reminder of the greatness that injuries couldn't erase. 8. Pacers vs. Knicks, 1995. This wasn't a comeback over a full game. It was a moment of pure, unfiltered chaos. On May 7th, 1995, the Indiana Pacers were down by 6 points to the New York Knicks, with 18.7 seconds remaining. The game was practically over, until Reggie Miller happened. First, he drilled a three-pointer. Then, he stole the inbounds pass, stepped back, and hit another three. Then, he got fouled and hit both free throws. In just 9 seconds, Miller scored 8 points, flipping the game from loss to win, 107-105. Madison Square Garden fell into stunned silence, and the Pacers sprinted off the court victorious. To this day, it remains one of the most iconic sequences in NBA history, proof that one man in less than 10 seconds can become immortal. In conclusion, the NBA's greatest comebacks are more than just games. They're stories of heart, courage, and the will to win. They remind us why we watch sports, for the thrill of the impossible becoming possible. So the next time you see a team trailing by 20, don't turn off the TV. You might just witness the next great comeback that will be talked about for years to come. Which of these comebacks inspires you the most? Let the spirit of these games push you to never give up, no matter the odds. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and support our channel. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you.